blitz. Off the head. Polamalu with the interception. Troy Polamalu has done it again.
Sometimes football doesn't have to make sense. Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup. If you like the channel, please consider joining our Patreon for exclusives and merch. Just in time for week 1, we're taking a trip to Buffalo a few days early for a weird as hell 2010 matchup against Fitzmagic and the Buffalo Bilskis. Let's take a look. Post-suspension Ben had to this point been somewhat unspectacular but quite efficient. Early third down, and for one of the only times of the day, Ben gets some time and slings it to should-be Hall of Famer Hines Ward, and the Steelers are in business early. Typically great catch from the Super Bowl MVP. Third and goal, and according to Solomon Wilcott's, Rashard Mendenhall takes it in for the score, and I guarantee you didn't remember that he had 1,273 yards and 13 scores in 2010. Steelers 7, Bills nothing. Steelers' next possession now, Ben stands in the ever-collapsing pocket and flings a rocket to third down back extraordinaire, aka the Creeper, aka Moeldy Moore, for a nice first down. 3rd and 10, and color me shocked, Roethlisberger's under pressure immediately, but would you look at this absolutely absurd large Benjamin dump-off with the defense on his back. Doing this on the reg is what made Ben a special quarterback. Iconic. Because Seven's feeling himself early on, he says "F it" and converts yet another first down, this time to Heath, and the Steelers are in business for the second time in as many drives as we head into the second quarter. Drive stalls, but Sweezum's swing is sugary sweet, and the Steelers grab a 10-point lead. After yet another uneventful Bills drive, large Benjamin finds himself facing immediate pressure yet again, and this time has to eat the sack. Brutal offensive line play would define much of this game and era for the Steelers. Have no fear because Rashard Mendenhall is here. Beauty of a patient run from the former first-round pick who's off to a great start in this one. Steelers dominating 12 first downs to 1. 1st and 10, and for the love of God, would you look at what my man's large Benjamin is doing in the pocket before he fires off a damn rope? This one's coming back off a penalty, but Mahomes who? 3rd and 9, and you know the heat's coming before they even snap it with this damp paper towel of an offensive line. Kyle Williams flies through to turn Roethlisberger into a quesadilla, and the Bills finally get a stop. Nothing to see here but a drop on first down by Stevie Johnson. More on this later. Back to Ben and the boys, and it's another piece of magic in the pocket by the elusive Benjamin, and he tosses a great pass on the run to that man they call Psycho 86. Steelers cooking again. With little time for just about the only play today, Seven takes his time and uncorks an almost perfect toss to Antoine Randall. Bet you forgot he came back for a cup of coffee too, but he can't quite hang on. Shame, would have been a dope play, but I suppose you can say that about a lot that happened in this game. Luckily, Sweezum's still savory and he doinks it through for another tray. Steelers 13, Bills nothing as we head into the half. Want to get an advantage over your sportsbook? You need to download BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. Their Best Bets computer model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you a best bet recommendation for every game across all major sports and gives you the reasoning behind why you should place that bet. Their model covers everything from spreads, over-unders, and player prop bets. Don't want to use the model and prefer to do the research yourself? BetQL has all the necessary tools for your research needs. Line movement so you can jump on betting opportunities in real time. Team summaries highlighting previous success against the spread and the over-under. And team lineup breaking news and injury status updates. Plus, you can save all your picks in one place to track your success and winning streaks as well as view your rank on the leaderboards. Head over to the App Store or Google Play to download BetQL. You can also head to try.betql.co/5star to get started now. Enter the discount code 5star at payment checkout for 25% off any of their subscriptions. You can find all this information in the description of this video. Make sure to check out their BetMGM offer in the description in order to receive your free year of BetQL. Also check out their sportsbook offers page if you live in one of the eligible states to claim free offers upon signing up at one of the many sportsbooks listed. Don't miss out on your chance to beat your sportsbook this football season. Another narrow missed connection by Fitzpatrick in a day that featured plenty of those. Honestly, a pretty great throw under pressure, but you'd like to see the receiver pull that one in. Speaking of pressure, Debo and Mr. Swag and You himself, Ike Taylor, meet for a lunch date at the always tough Fitzpatrick, setting up a third and forever, which they convert. Don't care if it was 11 years ago, I can't deal with 3rd and 17 conversions. Troy almost gets the strip, but nice play by Stevie Johnson. Absolutely epic combination of Steeler legends combined to force a fumble and recovery, stopping another Bills drive in its tracks. More GOAT things for the man they call Big Ben as he flings a rope to old reliable 86 who was so good at finding space in a defense. We can talk about stats and all that till we're blue in the face, but the fact is Hines just knew how to play receiver. Fourth and 4, and you already know Michael Pettaway ain't going for it, so we get a rare Benjamin boot, but unfortunately just a little too much leg and it gets into the end zone. A little unnecessarily showy, but I guess it works. You guys want to see a dead body? Well, you might want to, but I don't think Roger Goodell did, as Debo lays this absolute full bodyweight shot on Fitzpatrick. This was right in the midst of the finding controversy that Harrison was the symbol of. Say what you want about the hit, but I'll never take anything away from Fitzmagic's toughness. Just like Ben, the dude was taking shots like this a decade ago and is still playing. Another 3rd and long and a little dump and a whop by Fred Jackson, and he is off to the races. Fred Jackson was a talented back that I'm sure a lot of people don't remember, but I'll give the man his props. He was a workhorse. Side note on the Steelers defense of this era, as great as it was, they were always a little susceptible to the big play because of their aggression. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Game changed, Steelers 13, Bills 7. Into the 4th we go, and never afraid to take a shot. Ryan chucks it deep and draws the PI on Keenan Lewis, who is sauced and tossed like a wild wing, and the Bills are suddenly knocking again. But you know, try as they might, graduating magna cum laude from Swag and You prepares you to make the occasional dope pass breakup, and Ike Taylor does just that here to force another field goal attempt, which sails true for Lindell. Steelers 13, Bills 10, and I gotta loosen my collar just a little bit. By the way, don't ever tell me Rashard Mendenhall wasn't talented. Look at... You know, Rashard, I really wanted to put you over in this one, but man, come on. There are moments in a game, and my dude loved to pick the wrong ones to fumble. Super Bowl 45. Into a quick 3rd and 1, but the absolutely stout Steelers front refuses to concede, forcing another Lindell kick, and ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your butts because we officially got a Buffalo Bilski comeback on our hands. Just whatever you do, don't hand it off to Mendenhall. I mean, obviously I'm kidding, feed him the damn rock, look at that man go, and Since we're talking about historical tendencies in this one, my goodness, I'm getting Chris Kimoyatu PTSD from doing this episode. Man was an absolute penalty machine. It's okay though, because 1st and 20 and Buffalo opts for the bold, let's not put anyone near Heath Miller defense, and it does not go too well. A head scratcher for the D, but I'll take it. Obligatory. Ben's got to fight not just the defense, but also his own offensive line on this one, and goes down like a sack of potatoes. For the younger ones that wonder why we worry so much when 7 gets hit, it's because we watched him get dropped like this for 10 years before they did anything about it. You know, for years we've debated who's the best scrambling quarterback. Was it Michael Vick? Steve Young? How about Large Benjamin, who makes a Slidini-esque escape from the pocket and rumbles, stumbles, and rockets past the marker for a 1st down on 3rd and 18, and don't you ever talk ill of my quarterback, he puts the damn team on his back. Epic play from an epic player. Ain't gotta be pretty as long as you get it done. Gorgeous rip by Rashard, who was always at his best on the cutback, and the Steelers are threatening to break the tie just as soon as it happened. This one's for the "they let Emmanuel Sanders get away" crowd. Easy conversion here, just flat out dropped. Always showed potential, but was quite frustrating at times too. Luckily, Sizzlin' Sean smashes it through, and the Steelers take back a tiny 3-point lead. Oh no, a kickoff, 5-star, this cannot be good, and no peeps, it's not. Right after regaining the lead and momentum, the Steelers give up a good return and attacked on personal foul, and before you can even say snooch to the booch, the Bills are already on the attack. And there's that man again, Stevie Johnson. Run stuffed, but my goodness, Fred Jackson is a magician, and with a wiggle of the wand, he bounces this one outside, but you already know my man Big Play Willie Gay is there for the strip. Sadly, the Bills fall on it. Could have ended this one right there. Speaking of ending things, Fitztragic drops back, realizes he's played too well today, and chucks a bullet at Brickhands Johnson, and would you look at this absolute goat by number 43. Just an absolutely incredible play by Troy, who somehow managed to make the miraculous look easy on a weekly basis. One of the best by one of the best. Steelers take over now, and as they often did in the early Tomlin/Arians days, waited until third down to trust their star quarterback and are rewarded when he makes this great throw on the run, what else is new, for a clutch conversion, but wouldn't you know it, not one, but two offensive line penalties put the proverbial nails in the coffin of this drive, leaving it up to the vaunted Steelers defense to close this one out against Ryan Fitz. Can they do it? 1st and 10, and Troy, who is absolutely feeling himself today, lays a crushing shot to break up another Stevie Johnson pass. 2nd down is that man Troy P yet again, this time coming close but not quite forcing the game-sealing fumble, but if you didn't know any better, you'd think he was the only guy playing defense with how much ground he was covering on this day. Because Fitzpatrick just loves making everything interesting, he gets some time in the pocket and decides to chuck this absolute duck right to Big Play, who can't quite make the grab, but man, don't you feel something absolutely tragic coming for the Bills. Won't be here though, as Nelson makes the grab to put him in field goal range, and the Bills run the hurry up to get the spike in and set up Lindell for the game-tying try.
Wind at his back. 7 seconds to play. Got it!
He nails it, and we head into overtime. Another special teams play. This cannot be good. Leotis McKelvin takes the Sweezum kick and rockets through the Steelers' Swiss cheese of a coverage unit. Thankfully and luckily falls over his own blocker, somewhat hilariously and ironically one Mr. Arthur Motes, shout out Motes. Save some airtime for the rest of us though, homie. Never one to be shy about taking a shot, Fitzpatrick tees up a bomb to his man Lee Evans, who can't quite make the grab, and this is called foreshadowing, ladies and gentlemen. Great coverage play by the always underrated Ryan Clark, and the Bills punt it back. And sometimes you can just tell things aren't going your way. Classic turn of the decade Steelers offensive line play here, as Arians has been sitting in the pocket for a month and a half and almost loses the game on a strip sack that you just knew was coming. Another special teams play, 5-star, what the is going on? Sepulveda crushes this one, and the would-be hero of the last possession, McKelvin, puts this one on the ground, but luckily for the entire region of Western New York, the Bills are able to fall on it. Look at the break on this ball by Polamalu. If you want to know what a first ballot Hall of Famer looks like, it's been all over the field wearing number 43 in this game. Fred Jackson again pulls not even a rabbit, but a full-grown deer out of his hat on this one as he makes swoop after swoop to avoid the entire defense on his way into possible field goal range, setting up our 5-star
play of the game.
Jackson's play. 1st and 10. LaVitre with a nice block at the guard. Going deep. He's got Johnson! Oh, he dropped the ball! That would have been the game winner.
Wow. Why so serious? Now you understand.
One of the most epic and memorable drops I can remember in my 30-plus years as a football fan. Stevie Johnson absolutely torches the coverage, Fitzpatrick delivers a perfect ball, and still, somehow, this game is not over. Does anybody want to win it? You think Deontay's drops were bad? Poor Stevie had 5 in this game alone. Bills wave the white flag instead of kicking a long field goal, and sometimes you can just feel a shift. This is one of those. 3rd and 8 now, and the greatest quarterback in Steelers history makes some time and finds his duet partner Mike the Newsman Wallace for a momentous conversion. These two always work so well together, just made for each other's skill sets. Look at this man, I'm telling you, better than you remember. I'm not screaming it from the rooftops or anything. Well, maybe I will. Rashard Mendenhall was a decent NFL running back. Shades of what's to come in 2021. Steelers convert a third on the ground with a little old-fashioned offense, and that sets up Sugar Sweezum for the game winner, and you already know the man's blood was ice cold.
And the Steelers have won in overtime on a 41-yard field goal.
And the Steelers win in Buffalo. Hopefully I'm telling you the same thing in a few days, but if there's anything to be learned from this game, it's that football is a weird sport. Credit where it's due, Fred Jackson was so much better than I bet most of us remembered. Also, don't take for granted that this was 11 years ago and we're still watching number 7 play. Put some damn respect on his name. And hell, Fitzpatrick's too. Guy's been playing almost as long and almost never an on-purpose starter. Football is weird, and I love it. Thanks for watching, and if you're still here, please consider joining our Patreon. It is by far the best way to support the show, and I really would appreciate it greatly. Not to mention, you get free exclusive swag, so it's really a win-win. See you Monday.